like I always say, love is a beautiful thing. You can try it. Yeah, it is good. You can try it at home. It is good. Well. We are enjoying this beautiful story, and I'll get back to you. Cynthia, please. Why Julius? Why Julius? I know you, in Barra during internship, people were looking at you, were eyeing you properly. So, but why did you choose Julius?
Yeah, why actually I chose him. It was love at first sight, like I said. And along the way, as we talked, of course, as we met, he's so much principled. He has principles. Like, he's not this person who will say, let's meet at 2 and he comes at 4. No.
Wow.
He's this, like, I saw a focused person. I saw a principled person. And everything we would do, he would say, God, may God be in this. May God, I didn't know that he was saved, first of all. No, I didn't know. But I saw him, everything he says, he first says, God, everything God. And I'm really attracted to that. Like, if this guy knows God, let me take my seat. Comfortably. Yeah, because I had prayed for someone who really knows God. Even if you're not into so much God, but at least God is your first priority.
Amen.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the first thing that attracted him to me. And of course, he's gentle. Yeah, he's gentle.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Now I really love this and I enjoy it. So at what point? Just take us through. When do you now say this is it? Can we go maybe meet your parents? How easy was that process for you? And how was financing your weddings? Because really we often hear people not getting married because of finances. How will I finance the weddings? How will I, a lot of that. But now that you're here, please give us your mind on that. How easy was that journey and how able were you to do that?
Oh, thank you. I proposed to her in September 2017, and I was very clear. After the proposal, we sat down and I told her, by April next year, I want to come for Kuchala. But this is what I can afford. Go and talk to Dad. If he's willing to accept these cows that I will be able to talk to Dad, I'm coming in April. Good enough, she talked to Dad and Dad accepted.
Wow.
And before I went for Kuchala, I had dates. When will I do that? Kuhinjila, and when is our wedding?
Wow.
Because I remember when I went to my uncle, my maternal uncle, he told me, okay, you want to go for Kuchala. When is the wedding? My uncle is a very strict person, and he's my role model. When is your introduction, and when is your wedding? And I told him. He asked me, how much do you have now? Because by the time we went for Kuchala, at least we had covered 80% of the cows. And we came back and kept on saving. And she is a good person when it comes to finance. She's an accountant by birth.
Wow.
She gives accountability of every penny. So we kept on saving the money, and surprisingly, she would keep money on my account. She was working, she would come back and tell me, keep this money on your account. So by the time we did the wedding, we can say 60% we had covered it ourselves, and our friends were able to raise the 40%, and we even had a surplus.
Wow.
Yes.
Hand claps for that. Well done.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was a bit easy. I don't know maybe how others do it or why do they fear. Because we had our time. We really took our time because it was a whole year. He proposed in 2017. Then we had our parties in
September 2018.
So that's a whole year. We put it in plan because we had settled that we are the people to start this life with God, move it together with God. So let's plan for it. It was so simple at that time. Of course, now how many years now? 9,
Yeah.
right?
Almost 10 years.
Almost, we are making 10 years. So at that time, things were not as, I don't know which word to use, as they are today. But even if it is today, we planned. If my dad was like, you know what? If you have seen a person you're comfortable with, the one you see, because he's so much strict, I think I learned it from him. If you have seen that that person is really the one you want, and he's ready to come and meet us, please go and do what you can. I really love my parents so much, and what they tell me, because they are my role models, they say, please don't stress, and don't stress him. If he has told you he has this, it's okay, you come. And I'm like, oh wow, let's plan for this and this. If it is money for decoration, we are now focusing on money for decoration. If it is cake, we are focusing on cake. If it is my gown, we are focusing on that. So you see all that time, preparation. And we found it so much easy. We're not on any pressure that, you know, the camera person is demanding this, so he's not going to take our photos because, you know, we have not paid the balance. No. I don't know that pressure, by the way. Yeah.
Maybe what made us have a successful wedding? We started identifying a service provider we can afford.
Yes.
Before, because we did our wedding in September, but by end of May, we had identified all our service providers. So we did enough preparation and we started paying on time, booking them, paying on time. We didn't have that that they would disappoint us, what if they don't come? And when we started the relationship, we had our prayer pattern. The mother to her matron, Mami Joan. And every time we'd meet, and I remember categorically clear what she would tell me. She told me, man plans, but God fulfills. Let's put everything before God, identify the people, keep on praying for them. And by the time we went for Hinjila, remember it was 1st September 2019, the wedding was fully covered. Yes.
What? Great job.
Yes.
Wow. I really, really, really appreciate you for that. And thank you really for walking the talk, you know, that you love planning and you put it in, you know, practically you plan for everything. Wow. So how did you actually come to choose your best man, and then the maid of honor, the in charge? How did you come to choose that?
I'll talk on my side on the best man. The best man, Mr. Mawelele Brian, he's now a pastor. He made a church in Kayunga. When I went at campus, he was my first friend that we met. By then, he was praying from Redeemed Church. And we connected so much. So I wanted a friend that understands me, someone who knows how I want my finances to be. And he almost controlled everything. He was at the peak of everything. Brian is my good friend. We have seen it all. We went through struggles at campus. When you don't have food, like we went through everything together. So he was, and he is my close friend. So I decided to take a friend that understands me and understands the agenda.
Oh, wow.
How I chose my matron. Of course, she's a friend and she's a sister, and she's, I don't know, she's everything, because we met at campus. Yeah, we met at campus. She introduced me to mom, my spiritual mom now, and I introduced her to my parents as well. She became part of my family. So she's everything to me, because she's my matron and I'm also her matron. She was young, we were both young at that time, but she really made She put a lot of effort. Oh my God, she put a lot of effort up to today. Yes, so that's how I chose my matron.
Wow, wow. And I like that. Usually now you see, we are in a time where you find people are struggling to get best men and, you know, maids of honor because maybe of trust issues and stuff like that. So that's why I always want to have you actually share with the world that this is how I got mine.
Yeah.
You've been friends and maybe prayerfully the Lord led you to those people. So that's really, really beautiful. Can you give us any highlights from, you know, your any of those days, maybe wedding or kuchala, the highlights really? Something that you look at and you're like, maybe reception that you look at and you're like, I will never forget this.
Who goes first?
You.
Okay, Cynthia is saying you.
Okay. Something that I'll never forget on my wedding, in my life, I've never liked cameras. I do not like photos. So my phobia was on the photos. My phobia was on the photos. I kept on saying, how will I? But my best man kept on calming me down. I was like, these are just photos. And something else that I'll never forget is her parents. The first time we met with Dad, we bonded. And he kept on, I'm too much of an introvert. I don't normally do calls, but Dad kept on calling me. Son, are you fine? So that bondage, the relationship, something that I can't take for granted.
Wow, I like that.
So the memories, oh my God, it's some good years now, but what I cannot forget, of course, my entourage, like my matron, my maids of honor. Oh, they were so nice, so gorgeous. So the dance moves, like when we were preparing, so they had to teach me some dance moves, and we did it on the very day of the wedding. So that one I will never forget. And my cake, it was so delicious. It was so nice because the person who made it actually contributed a lot. Was it 50% of the yes, of the fee? And he's the person who did it, but he rested. May he so rest in peace. So it was so nice. I enjoyed it. So those are the moments I cannot forget.
Wow, hand claps, hand claps. Thank you very, very much for really giving us your beautiful story. Give us your parting shots and we close. We just have 2 minutes and then close.
Okay, on my side, I'll give unmarried guys, when you're making a choice, 2 things should be in your mind. God-fearing, someone you can afford. Yes, someone you can afford, not someone you physically want. Do not go for the physical appearance. Look at the spiritual part and the person that you can afford.
Your class.
Yes, choose your class.
Yes, my final remarks, please, to ladies, most especially, be open to that person you intend to marry. Communicate, like open up, because if you hide anything, it means you won't get the results in a positive way. So please communicate, pray. Prayer should be the first thing. You kneel down and pray to God. God listens, and that's what you want. So pray, communicate, and please enjoy.
Oh, marriage is beautiful. Enjoy. Well, dear viewer, thank you so much for keeping it Church of Uganda Family TV. Thank you for loving how we met, and thank you for loving me, your world's favorite host. Well, I will see you next Sunday, same time, same place. Shout out to you all. God bless you.
Bless you too.